guys, Sonia Elsie here, and I am back with my microphone. As I mentioned in my last couple videos, I haven't wanted to use this because I live in a very noisy part of Los Angeles now. And as you can probably hear, there's some white noise in the background, which I can't get rid of. So I apologize for the background noise, but hopefully maybe you will enjoy it. But today I'm going to be reading from my dream journal. And I made a video like this on my main channel, and a lot of the comments were like, hey, you should post that on your ASMR channel, ASMR style. So I thought that would be a lovely idea. And as maybe some of you know, I've been writing in a dream journal for a little bit now, since January on and off, but I've kind of sometimes I get lazy, so yeah, but I'm going to be reading some of my dreams, and I can hear some music in the background. Yeah, there's just gonna be some background sounds, you guys. I can't stop it. But I will edit out any harsh background sounds, but most of it I can't, so maybe you guys will enjoy some of the random music that's playing. You'll feel like you're really here. So yeah, and I'm only gonna be reading some of my dreams. Some of them are a bit personal or super weird. I just don't really want to admit that my brain goes there sometimes, you know. And some of the dreams I drew about people that I know in real life, so I'll be using some fake names. Of course, like my close friends, I'll mention them by name. But with everyone else, I'm just gonna make up random names as I see fit. Okay, let's get started. January 2nd, 2017. Last night, I had a dream that had mainly George, Sally, and Sarah in it. It started off in LA, and we were at some kind of party when we all became friends. Let me move the microphone closer. Then we all went on a road trip back to my house so that they could drop me off, and because they wanted to see the West Coast. George kept being flirtatious, but not in a creepy way, like a friendship way. Sally also kept complimenting me. Sarah did not say that much during the dream, but it was just understood that we were all happy and loved each other. We got to my house and they parked their car in my garage. We said bye and I hugged all of them. Then they drove back home. At the end of the dream, Sally posts an Instagram video, of her posing on a swimsuit on the beach during the golden hour, but the sky was completely orange. Then a seagull in slow motion comes down and scoops up her water bottle. All she says is, "What the fuck?" a bunch of times, but then she eventually gets her water bottle back. Then the dream ends. January 4th, 2017. I had a few dreams in different parts. When I first fell asleep at about 6, I just had this recurring dream that I was driving down the freeway. I had this feeling of worry, but I think that was just because I am a nervous driver. The next time I fell asleep, I had a dream that I was about to have sex with, oh god, gotta think of a fake name, with Cody. But then his uncle walked in and got mad at me for not having a shirt on. He told me I was disgusting because my shirt was falling off. Then we were walking around in some random school. We were outside the building in kind of a housing area. A bunch of the students were mad at me, but I'm not really sure why. Then I got mad because they were mad and started to get into a physical fight with some of them, and an adult grabbed me by the collar me over a cliff. He threatened to drop me over the cliff if I did not stop fighting with the students. So I told him that I wouldn't. He apparently was a police officer and was friends with my dad. I then went back into the school building and he told me what I did wasn't cool, that I was one of the worst students he'd ever encountered, but that he still believed that I had potential, and then he went into his office. I remember staring at a handmade sign in the classroom for a long time before leaving the classroom. January 5th, 2017. I had a really vivid dream last night, but I was late to class, so I did not have time to write the dream out before I left and may have forgotten a little bit. Sometimes I like to write little notes, like about the night or just things, I don't know, before things that might have affected the dream or me writing it. I had this dream that Cody and I were traveling across Europe in a train, but there was a feeling of tenseness. We kept having to get off and were questioned by a ton of different police officers. We went to Spain and I was excited because I had always wanted to go there. Then we were back home. I was in my room and I had sent a Facebook message to another fake name, to Chad. We were talking and I somehow managed to change the profile pic on my Facebook cover to a picture of him and I standing next to each other, except he was naked, covering his junk with his hands. Me. I tried to change it, then some military people started trying to invade my house, my neighbor Tim's house. Cody and I ran to Tim's backyard to hide because he has a fence with a little bit of barb on it. He found Chad, who was hiding under the small tree in his backyard, naked. We were confused. We were also yelling, trying to get away from the military people. Then my alarm went off, and I woke up. Very dramatic. January 6th, 2017. Last night, I had a dream that I was with Cody. We were in a random pet store. He kept talking about how bugs are the new and popular source of food, but we were skeptical. Then he tried to take our cat and eat her, but she fought back. Then we ran away. Next, I was in an Uber with Stella in Paris, and the driver was super creepy. We got off, and we were stuck in this really creepy alleyway at night. I had no idea where we were. Ian was supposed to pick us up and bring us to his apartment, but he never did. We fell asleep in the alleyway and woke up super paranoid. It was 2 a.m. in the dream. I then remember running through the subway systems in Paris with this random little girl that I had never met before. We were running from something. Paris felt really ominous. Then I woke up, and then I added a little note because I remembered some more of the dream. I just remembered another part of the dream where Ian had a white lighter. When he pulled it out, a dark figure said, "That's not a good idea." Every time he would smoke with it, he would get older. Before I woke up, he smoked one last time and died. Okay, Sonia. Okay. January 7th, 2017. I had a dream last night that I was in school. It was a school that I didn't recognize, but it was the first day of classes. I walked into my music class and the teacher was Lana Del Rey. I was so excited I almost cried, but she looked way older, like 50, and her hair was thinning. She introduced herself to all of us. When she got to me, she smiled and made eye contact with me for a really long time. She said I was special to her. I was so excited and tried to take a Snapchat of her to put on my story, but it didn't work. She played the piano a little bit and had the class do some singing exercises. After class, I asked her if she would like to have lunch with me. She said yes, and we got sandwiches and ice cream at Real Food Daily in LA. After that, I went to my other class. Then I woke up. Ooh, that's a weird sound. January 8th, 2017. Last night, I had a dream that I had a few trend I had a dream about this boy that I used to have a crush on. Let's call him Toby. We were hanging out in a random room that had a couch and a loft bed. We were looking through a pamphlet about a cruise that he wanted to take me on because his parents owned the cruise line and wanted to go on the cruise because apparently we were going to Bolivia. We randomly started making out, and he told me that he had liked me since middle school. I didn't say anything, but I smiled. We then started packing and headed towards the cruise ship. We got on, and we had this really cool private room that had a wooden look to it. The whole room and boat looked like the inside of a log cabin. The room was big and had some small circle-shaped windows with a blue border around them. In the front of the room, there was a huge window that overlooked the water. Our room was at the front of the boat, but on the bottom floor. We sat on the bed, which had a blue and white checkered quilt on it. We started randomly making out again. Then we got to a random city. Turning the page. In Europe, and stopped to get off and look around. Toby and I were holding hands, and we walked down a road with cobblestones and tons of markets. At this point in the dream, I realized that I was dreaming. I started looking around and was shocked because of how vivid the dream was. I made eye contact with this random Asian woman, looked up, and saw the sun. After walking around for a bit, Toby and I went back to the cruise ship so that we could start heading to Bolivia. In the dream, Bolivia was a random little beach town in Asia that had some lighthouses and apparently some crystals. I know it's not that, but in the dream it was. We got there, and we had to hike over this mountain/cliff area to get to it. We turned the corner, and we saw the small city. We were amazed because it looked just like the pictures. There was a mountain of crystals we had to climb to see more of the city, and also a beach area and a lighthouse that shone a pretty bright light across the water, even though it was pretty sunny out. We walked closer to the crystal mountain, and when we got to it, I kept trying to climb it, but it kept falling. The crystals were all different colors, but about the size of my hand. Toby told me that if I couldn't climb the mountain that he would leave me because I was holding him up from seeing everything. I was mad, and then he left me, so I gave up trying to climb the crystal mountain. I walked over to the beach and saw this huge glass tower. I started climbing it. It was maybe 25 stories high. I got about 8 stories high and saw a group of 3 random guys that just looked like typical college dudes. They asked me what was wrong because I looked upset, and I said because my friend Toby left me here and I had no way to get back home. They apologized, and we just sat there. Suddenly, I started to see a ton of businessmen going up and down the ladder. They were talking about a new type of social media, and were using the tower as their social media. Then I woke up. Interesting. January 20th, 2017. Last night, I had a really vivid dream that first started off in a resort that was in Thailand. I was randomly with my mom, and we were sitting at a small table with some tile patterns on it. The resort had pods next to the table area, and people started throwing things into the water that splashed at us and on our laptops. I was like, we should get some towels to dry these off, and I opened up my laptop and was mad that it didn't turn on. Suddenly, a bunch of random men appeared, and my mom disappeared. The guys took me away. Suddenly, we were underneath the water on a school bus. The guys were very creepy, but I was trying to be nice to them because I was afraid that they would hurt me. We then ended up in a grocery store in Seattle, and were finally above water. One of the guys took me to Tom and Gerald's house, where I found out that I was pregnant. I stayed with them, but we were all concerned because I was only pregnant for about a month, and I already started to show signs of going into labor. I was going into labor when a dog jumped on my stomach and almost killed me. Then I found out that the baby was an alien, and that's why it grew so fast. So I took a pill to abort it. As I took the pill, I woke up. Very dark, okay. February 8th, 2017. I had a dream that started off under an overpass. I was upset because I was being taken away from my family. Some men were pulling me away, and I was handcuffed. Suddenly, where I was before got attacked in a bombing. I started screaming, "What about my dad?" to the men who were dragging me away. They looked at me with pity but said nothing. Then I woke up in the dream. I saw a woman with dark hair and a red dress. She looked about 40. Stella was also there. Apparently, I was suddenly in the Middle East. busy street. The apartments looked a bit like the ones in Paris. Then I woke up. Random sounds. March 4th, 2017. I had a dream that started off in a random house in the woods. My classmate Corey was in the house, which was gray. He looked at me, and his eyes looked really sunken in. I asked him what was wrong, and he told me that he had this really intense disease, but wouldn't tell me what the disease was. I was really stressed, and he told me I needed to help him find a cure. We were looking around the forest, and he kept getting sicker and sicker. I had to hide the fact that I was helping him from Cody, that was the name, because he was starting to get mad at me. Corey kept telling me if I didn't find the cure for his disease, he would be so disappointed in me, and after he died, I would have to live the rest of my life knowing that I let him die. Cody kept telling me to let him die. Corey and I somehow ended up in my kitchen, and I was looking through the cabinets to find whatever the cure was. I looked down at Corey, and he is completely gray and breathing very sharply. I sat down and started crying, and he said, "I knew you wouldn't be able to do it," and he handed me a crystal necklace he was wearing. I put it on, and he died. I woke up. The second part of my dream, I gave him a crystal. It was a clear quartz. It was supposed to protect him. I woke up. May 9th, 2017. I had a dream that I was trapped in this alternate universe with my dad. He was trapped with me. We were making this vegan pasta dish with feta cheese, avocado, and cucumber while trying to figure out how to get out of the alternate universe. The planet we were on had a red ground and the sky looked different. You could see the stars, but instead of it being a black sky with white stars, it was a blue, black, purple, and pink sky. The stars were yellow. There were so many of them. As we were trying to figure out how to get out of the alternate universe, we started playing Love by Lana Del Rey. It somehow helped us figure out what we had to do. These annoying girls kept trying to tell me to change what I was doing, but I ignored them. I still have no idea what exactly I was doing, but I knew that I was doing something. Then I woke up. May 10th, 2017. I had a couple dreams. The first dream that I had was in a place that looked like a combination of my old high school and the Yakima Training Center. There was a bunch of panels going on, and I was speaking in one. The panel that I was speaking in took place in an auditorium that was dark, but had red curtains on the stage. There were about 50 fold-up chairs set up. When I was done speaking, I met up with a few of my guy friends. At least in the dream they were. In real life, I do not know them. That was in parentheses, I said that. They said they were at the politics panel, which is why they did not watch my panel. Jay was the only person who said watch my panel, and he was angry about something, but I can't remember what. One of my guy friends was wearing a black and white tuxedo. He had brown hair and a thick beard. My guy friends in the dream started arguing about something political that had to do with oil. I didn't really know what they were talking about, so I left. I walked outside of the auditorium to the commons area. There were a bunch of people walking around. Then I saw my Tinder date from a couple days ago. I was surprised, so I sat on the floor. He sat over me and kind of straddled me. We were both looking into each other's eyes. I said to him, "Kiss me." He leaned in to kiss me, but instead of kissing me, he started sucking on my lip and bit me really hard. I was really surprised. My lip started bleeding. I thought maybe he didn't know how to kiss. I said no like this and tried to kiss him again. He did the same thing, and I started to bleed some more. I pushed him off and tried to run away. No one around us seemed to notice or care. Then I woke up, and the second part of the dream is so fucking dark. I'm not even gonna read it to you guys, okay? Not gonna read it to you guys. Sorry. Okay. May 11th, 2017. I had a dream that I was in a really nice house with my family. It was big and had tons of windows. It was in a field that was nearby the beach. The house was full of these gold statues that looked like dogs, but with no eyes and huge teeth the size and shape of horns. They came to life for a few seconds at a time and started snapping at me. As soon as they were about to bite me, they would turn back into statues. May 12th, 2017. I had a dream that was in two parts. The first part, I was in a swimming pool with, let's do the fake name. This is so hard to come up with these. Julia. I was in a swimming pool with Julia. There were two babies in the pool, but none of them were ours. wisps of clouds that were barely visible. One of the babies started swimming on its own. We were so excited and tried calling over Julia's husband, but he mostly ignored us. The other baby, which looked similar but was a lot smaller, kept almost drowning and didn't look too good. The next part of the dream started off in a gym-like room. I was surrounded by most of my current friends. Jay, Stella, Jordan, and Ian were there. I knew that there were other people there, but I did not see them. We were all talking and preparing for a battle with these things called shadow people. We had gone to the planet of these shadow people because they had slowly been taking over Earth and killing people. If we killed them, then they would stop killing people on Earth. Stella and I were partners in battle. I kept having this vision of all of my friends dying and somehow knew in advance that we were not going to win this war. So I didn't really try to prepare. Before we started to fight, I had accepted that we were all going to die. After waiting in the gym area for a while, it was time for us to begin the battle. We were waiting in a holding area where we had to put on these special suits. I was told by a random man to put a cotton ball in my nose so I didn't breathe in the air because the smell was so bad it could sometimes poison people. I ignored him because I knew that we were going to die. The doors of the holding area opened and Stella and I were the first to go out. The sky was blue and there was a lot of chaos. The ground was already covered in bodies and there were bullets whizzing past us. We had to run to get through a creepy train that went through a tunnel that was filled with the shadow people. The tunnel was where we were supposed to practice our superpowers. Mine was electrocution. Stella's was flames. I kept trying to electrocute them, but there were hundreds. They would not die. The shadow people were about 10 feet tall and had huge eyes that were either yellow or red. After a long time of trying to fight the shadow people, we got to the end of the tunnel. My face. What the fuck? It's so white. Okay. It is filled with some random people I don't know, but then I see Jay and Ian. The people are sitting in chairs. The room looks like the inside of a cave, but it is bright and green with flowers inside of it. There are a few tables set up with food on it. All of the food is labeled as vegan. There are plates of what look like Hot Pockets, but different flavors of Hot Pockets. I knew this was a trap. I started telling everyone, but they were ignoring me. Everyone started eating the food. Ian got mad at Jay for eating too much food. Jay said that because the food was healthy, because there were some vegetables in it, so technically it should be considered a salad. The shadow people are watching us from where we come in. A few slowly start to come in. I start yelling, but no one notices. Then I wake up. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, you guys, that is my dream journal. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't read all of the dreams. So if you want a part 2, I will maybe turn this into a series of the people in the background. Don't shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be really upset. But yeah, I definitely dream a lot of the time and I try and remember to write them down, so I will have more in the future. But let me know what you want to see, other video requests, all that stuff.